Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing great. Welcome to day 27 of vlogging every day in May. I have so much to talk about, however, I also have a lot to do. So, because I have an interview coming up tomorrow for the Hot Chocolate magazine, which is a Georgian magazine I started working on. I work for their audio blog, which will be featured on their website. As I mentioned a couple of videos ago. And yeah, what did I want to say? Yeah, so I have quite a lot of material I'm working on at the moment. But like yesterday, I uploaded a video which was very ridiculous and silly. And it was basically because I got home really tired. I was out of town. We drove, well, me and, or I should say, my dad's colleague, her husband, and I drove out of the city. It was about an hour and a half from Prague to, I'm gonna read it because I can't really pronounce it that well. Zdar nad Sazavou. Zdar nad Sazavou. If you're a Czech person, could you correct me down below? Or if you know how to pronounce it properly, I'd much appreciate that. So we drove there, and there was this beautiful castle with an enormous garden, and what was basically she was from Radio Free Europe, and she interviewed the owner. Like, do you guys know, for those of you who have visited Prague, you guys probably know in the Old Town Square the Kinsky Palace? And she's the owner of that. She's like from the Kinsky family, and both of her parents were Georgian, so that's why it was interesting for the Georgian service to interview her. I mean, overall, it's she's quite a character, so it's not just because of her being of Georgian descent, but also due to that. She rarely does interviews, so it was a huge deal to actually talk to her. All their property was taken away, and now it was, well, not now, but like a couple of years ago, it was returned to them. And one of the buildings was the palace, which is in the Czech Republic. So my dad's colleague asked whether she feels, like a Georgian, since her parents were Georgian, or French, or English, or Czech maybe. And she said she also spoke some Russian, but she chose to do the interview in English. I actually have 1 hour of footage of that, so I'm gonna cut it together at some point as soon as I manage to transfer it, because I can't really transfer it onto this laptop. So yeah, once I get that, I'll edit it and put it also on here, but it's also gonna be available on Radio Free Europe's website. She invited us for some tea, and she kind of reminds me of, I don't know if I've mentioned it before in this vlog, or since this is kind of like a retake. Yeah, she was very much, she said she feels French, but by sort of, she was very English, not very French. Like a Miss Marple character, like someone out of an Agatha Christie novel, rather than, sort of stereotypically French with, like the elegance and grace and whatnot. So yeah, I spent pretty much half a day with her, following her around. She showed us around the gallery, which was very nice. It had portraits of her family hanging, and she told us different stories about her father, about some of her relatives, about her husband. What else? Yeah, I'm gonna back it up historically more later, and it's just I'm a bit tired and I have so much to do today, so which isn't really a proper excuse, I guess. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon, probably tomorrow. Well, definitely tomorrow, but not with the footage.